This is the third annual CSAD Global Read-A-Thon, honoring narratives from Africa and the African diaspora.
So we want to talk about Haitian literature and the author of Village Weavers. It's a New York Times bestseller. Her work has earned multiple accolades. Joining us now, Haitian-Canadian American writer Dr. Myriam Chancy. And this is a really unique book. It's an excellent book. You take us to Haiti in the 1940s. Tell us why that particular time that you created this setting, that you tell the story of two young girls and their friendship.
Yes. Well, first I have to say it's not a New York Times bestseller. I wish it was. It was a best book of April for Time magazine. But I hope people will go out and buy it and make it that bestseller, perhaps. Absolutely. But it was inspired by the passing of my mother in 2019 and her entire sibling group. So people who were born in Haiti in the 1920s and 1930s, came of age in the 40s. And so I really wanted to create or recreate that sense of Haiti at that time, where we had a World Expo and people came from all over the world to experience the culture of Haiti. People like Dizzy Gillespie, Miles Davis came, Celia Cruz, and our own Martha Jean-Claude became world famous there. So the story tells, the journey of two girls who meet in the 40s in grade school, and then how they will grow up and evolve, having to leave Haiti under the Duvalier dictatorship that begins in 1957. So one will go to France, the other will go to the Dominican Republic, and this tells the story of a secret that broke them apart and then will bring them back together over time.
Tell us about that revelation. There is a secret, and obviously the revelation, to expose, right, to be transparent has so much power, and you use that power in the book to tell that story.
Yeah, absolutely. So I can tell the secret, which is that they share a father. But they are brought up in different households. So one, Cece, is brought up with her mother and grandmother. The other, Gertie, is brought up with the father in a more well-to-do family and are part Dominican. So both children are part Dominican. So the story also enables us to think about the relationship, the uneasy relationship between Haiti and the Dominican Republic. And so then they will have to struggle with class issues, colorism issues, issues around gender, in trying to figure out how to come back together, in fact, as sisters over time. But the story is about being more than sisters. It's about being connected through some spiritual quality, which I trace back to the Simbi folklore of the water gods, which they both represent in the novel.
And you have them go to the United States, right?
Eventually
that's where they end
absolutely.
up at the end.
Yeah.
Why the United States?
Well,
Why?
I've ended up here.
Your journey.
In a way.
A little bit, yeah.
Well, I think now we know so much more in the United States about Haitian culture and how Haiti has influenced the United States, not only because of the revolution and revolts, but it affected here, especially in Louisiana. But, the book will take you to Ohio. So Cece at first is in Ohio. Eventually she'll be in Arizona. And, we heard in the last political cycle a lot of conversation about Haiti and Ohio.
Yes.
And this is a way to rethink those relationships. In the end, they will meet in Florida, and there's a large group of Haitians also in Florida. And so I'm trying to demonstrate how Haiti has been part of a larger conversation around Blackness all over the world, whether it was in France during the Algerian resistance period in the 60s and 70s, or if it was in the United States even to this day. So it's really how to think about Haiti in a global context, the way my parents were part of global conversations that we sometimes are not aware of, or not aware that Haiti has really been, and Haitians have been involved in resistance struggles all over the world, not just on the island.
We're so glad you're here. We know that you're going to stick around and read for us.
I hope so.
In the reading room, so we appreciate that.
Thank you for
having me.
having
look
me.
forward to it. Dr. Chancy, she is now in the reading corner with her novel, Village Weavers, the book telling the story of two Haitian families forever connected by their homeland and long-held secrets. These two girls their bonds refuse to be broken. So, Dr. Chancy, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. I'm going to read from a section of a novel that takes place in Ohio in 1978 in the voice of one of these two characters named Cece. The moment Simone hears about the starlings falling out of the sky, the common blackbirds speckled with golden flecks that descend onto their snowy patio by the dozens after the start of each new year, startling everyone with their liveliness, foraging seeds from bushes and grass, she knows that she has to save herself before she too falls out of the vast world. Weeks into the new year, instead of welcoming back the starlings, Simone watches as a blizzard dumps feet of snow across the region. They stay indoors for several days, waiting for the city's two snowplows, Scott jokes, to circle the outer rings of the urban center where they live. Scott makes a game of shoveling out their front walk with Emma. First, they build a fort, then a snowman. Then Scott carves out a path on the walkway for the mailman from the street to the house. Simone doesn't join them. She watches. On the radio, she hears that the storm killed more than 50 people across Ohio, and though she is warm at home, she withers inside. A seed too long kept underground, wonders if she will be next. Simone has been feeling unsettled for some time, teetering against her will into what seems like a vast, bottomless pit that nothing and no one can save her from, she knows, except herself. Has she the will to do so? When the starlings fail to show, when she hears that they have fallen by the hundreds, dead, straight out of the sky and onto the frozen ground like large pieces of buckshot, and the winter grips the earth and will not let go, Simone takes this as a sign, realizes that she has to pull herself up away from the edge of everything she thinks she knows, back into the land of the living. She has been floating aimlessly for so long within the confines of her marriage, of motherhood, that she has forgotten what it is like to be who she was before, when life would come to her as an expanse like the ocean that lay feet away from the house in which she grew up. She noticed all kinds of birds shortly after she and Scott moved into their townhouse off the beltway that connects the outer reaches of the city to its center, each neighborhood bounded by invisible lines that determine who can live within a particular space and who cannot. Some of that related to ancestry, but mostly based on the color of one's skin. Where they settle is a kind of no man's land. This is how Simone describes it when asked. It is desolate, and everyday birds are brown like the dirt that covers the roads each winter, turning the beauty of fresh fallen snow into a mucky curtain of slick mud. The winters are long, gray, and each early spring, as the days grow longer and warmer, she has the distinct sensation that a coal is being removed from around her head, or that she's been keeping herself underwater and has suddenly, that she's been unaware of carrying. Each time she is reborn, it is a condition that affects a larger number of people than she imagines. There is no name for it other than the winter blues. Nothing could be more depressing, but this no man's land is a contender. Even though she left Haiti 20 years ago, she misses almost everything about it. The roosters cry in the yard at the break of dawn, the brightness of sunrise, the brilliant green toddies hopping in and out of trees, the majestic trogons, the light blue swallows with their gray-tipped wings, the high-pitched warblers, the way the light dappled through the wooden shutters in the living room where her grandmother used to take her naps when they were all in school. Translucent pink or green-bellied lizards skittering across the tiled floors in pursuit of flies, the steady rat-a-tat of her mother's sewing machine. Thank you.